This book has defeated the world's best codebreakers for 600 years. The NSA tried to read it, codebreakers tried all they could to crack the code. The FBI cryptanalysts tried, the USA Army top cryptanalysts all tried to unravel this book. They all failed.
Even AI tried and failed.
Inside the pages of these books are drawings of plants that don't exist. Astronomical charts that makes no sense. And an alphabet that has never been seen anywhere else on Earth.
Contained within these pages is a language lost to time, perhaps deliberately hidden from us.
This is the Voynich Manuscript, and today we're diving into the most mysterious book in human history. But first, let's talk about how this thing even showed up, because the origin story is already weird. 1912, Wilfred Voynich, a rare book dealer and professional treasure hunter, is digging through an Italian Jesuit college near Rome. He's looking for valuable old manuscripts to sell to collectors. And then he finds it, hidden in a chest with other forgotten books. There's this one manuscript that immediately stands out. Strange drawings, unreadable text, nothing like anything he's ever seen. Inside, there's a letter, dated 1666, written by a guy named Johannes Marcus Marci, a scholar from Prague.
The parchment holds secrets whispered across centuries, revealing truths long hidden in the shadows of history.
The letter claims this book once belonged to Emperor Rudolf II of Prague back in the 1600s, a guy known for collecting weird occult stuff. And get this, Rudolf apparently paid 600 gold ducats for it. That's about $50,000 in today's money. For a book nobody could read, even then. The letter also mentions that some people thought it was written by Roger Bacon, a 13th century philosopher and proto-scientist. That would make it incredibly valuable and historically significant. Fast forward to 2009, scientists finally carbon date the parchment. Results 1,404 to 1,438. Medieval, legit old, but also Roger Bacon died in 1294. So that theory, dead on arrival. Today, the manuscript lives at Yale University's Voynich Rare Book Library. It's been digitized and you can actually view the whole thing online for free. Okay, so we know when it was made, but what the hell is in it? The Voynich Manuscript is basically divided into 5 sections, and each one is weirder than the last. Section 1, the botanical section. This is the biggest part, 113 drawings of plants. Here's the problem. None of these plants exist. Not now, not in fossil records, not anywhere. Some of them look like someone took 3 different plants and mashed them together. Each one has text next to it, presumably describing the plant or its uses, but again, nobody can read it. Section 2, the astronomical section. Circular diagrams with suns, moons, stars, and zodiac-like symbols. Oh, and lots of tiny naked women, just hanging out in these cosmic diagrams. Why? Your guess is literally as good as anyone else's. These charts don't match any known astronomical system from the medieval period, or any period. Section 3, the biological section. This is where it gets really weird. More naked women, but now they're bathing in pools connected by tubes. Green liquid everywhere. Is this about human reproduction? Bathing rituals? Some kind of alchemical process? Literally nobody knows. Section 4, the pharmaceutical section. Drawings of plant parts, roots, and containers, like jars and vessels. This looks like it might be recipes or medicinal instructions. There's text alongside everything, like step-by-step directions. And Section 5, just text. Paragraphs and paragraphs of continuous writing with little star-like bullet points. No pictures, no illustrations, just pure, unreadable instruction manual vibes. So we've got mystery plants, impossible astronomy, weird bathing rituals, medieval pharmacy, and a recipe section, all written in a language that doesn't exist.
Speaking about this language,
now here's where it gets really weird. The Voynich Manuscript is written in an alphabet that nobody has ever seen before. Anywhere. Ever. Scholars can't even agree on how many letters there are. Somewhere between 20 and 30 unique characters, depending on who's counting. Some look vaguely like Latin letters. Others look completely made up. They're written left to right, like English or Latin. But here's the thing. Certain characters only appear at the beginning of words. Others only at the end. That's actually how real languages work. But then the weirdness kicks in. Words repeat way more often than they should in natural languages. See this word? It appears more than 8 times on this one page. That's statistically weird. There are almost no 1 or 2 letter words. Most words are medium length. Again, weird for a natural language. Computer scientists have run every statistical analysis you can imagine. The conclusion? It follows rules, it has structure, it looks like grammar, but it doesn't match any known language family on Earth. Not Indo-European, not Semitic, not Asian, not anything. And here's another mindbender. There are almost no corrections, no crossouts, no mistakes. Medieval scribes made mistakes constantly. They'd scratch things out, write in margins, fix errors. This looks like someone who knew exactly what they were writing, like they were copying from something or writing in a language they were completely fluent in. So maybe it's a cipher, right? A simple substitution code where A becomes Q, B becomes Z, that kind of thing? Nope, ciphers leave patterns. Frequency analysis can crack them. The Voynich text doesn't have those patterns. It's not a simple cipher. It's not a natural language. It's not random nonsense. So what is it? All right, so who's tried to crack this thing? Yep, you are right. Just as you guessed, it was only the smartest people on the planet. Meet William Friedman. This guy led the team that broke Japan's Purple Code in World War II, one of the greatest code breakers in history. If anyone could crack the Voynich Manuscript, it would be him. He spent decades on it, from the 1950s until he died. This was his conclusion. The man who cracked Imperial Japan's most secure military code couldn't crack a medieval book. Isn't that thrilling? So in the 1970s, the NSA, yes, the National Security Agency, decided to take a shot at it. They used cutting-edge computer analysis, the kind of stuff they used to spy on the Soviet Union. Result, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Fast forward to the 2000s and 2010s. Now we've got modern computers, machine learning, even AI. Computer scientists throw everything at it. Statistical analysis, pattern recognition, frequency mapping. They find patterns, they find structure, they find correlations. But they can't translate a single sentence. "2018, Google's AI takes a crack at it. The algorithm suggested it might be coded in Hebrew. They run the translation. The output? Complete gibberish, like it was not even close. Here's the pattern. Everyone finds something. Statistical anomalies, linguistic structures, repeating patterns. But nobody, and I mean nobody, has cracked the code. It's like the book is designed to look solvable while remaining completely impenetrable. Okay, when the experts can't figure it out, people get creative. You will be surprised, I was too. Theory number 1, it's aliens. The unknown plants? Maybe aliens flora from another world. The weird astronomical charts? Maybe star maps showing aliens how to get to their home planet. The naked women in tubes? Look, I don't know, alien reproduction maybe?
I'm not saying it was aliens, but look at the evidence. The correlation between the manuscript and the saucer schematics is undeniable.
Why this is probably wrong. The parchment is definitely from medieval Earth. Carbon dated, calf skin, nothing extraterrestrial about the materials. Theory number 2, Roger Bacon wrote it. Bacon was this 13th century philosopher-scientist. He was into early chemistry, optics, astronomy, exactly the kind of stuff in the manuscript. The problem? That 1666 letter we talked about mentioned Bacon. But the carbon dating proves the book was made 100 plus years after he died. So unless Bacon was a time traveler, nope, that wasn't the case. Theory 3, it's an elaborate scam. Someone created this gibberish book to scam Emperor Rudolph out of 600 gold ducats. Since he was known as a collector of weird occultic stuffs, medieval catfishing basically. The problem, this would be the most elaborate, consistent scam in history. 240 pages of fake text that follows linguistic rules, detailed botanical illustrations, all to scam one guy. The statistical consistency is off the charts. No known medieval forger could maintain this level of detail without breaking character. Theory 4, it's a lost language from a forgotten civilization. Maybe some culture that died out, and the Voynich Manuscript is the last remaining document before their language vanished forever. I personally think this is a cool idea, but where's the archaeological evidence? Where are the other artifacts, the ruins, anything? No trace of such a civilization exists. And finally, Theory 5, it's women's secrets, created by medieval women, midwives, healers, herbalists. They encoded their medical and reproductive knowledge to protect it from the church and male authorities.
We must follow the instructions on the scroll precisely. This mixture here.
I have the herbs ready. It should ease the fever.
The naked women? Could be medical diagrams about childbirth and women's health. The plants? Makes sense to say they were herbal remedies for specifically female issues. But why hide it? Could be that they had to hide this knowledge because it was dangerous to be a woman with too much medical knowledge back then. This theory is actually compelling, but completely unprovable. So we've got aliens theory, dead philosophers theory, con artist theory, lost civilizations, and secret woman knowledge theory. But there's one theory that's actually got scholars paying attention. In the last few years, a new theory has emerged that's actually gaining traction among serious researchers.
See how the ink saturate the vellum right here? It matches the spectral analysis for iron gall. Yeah.
And it's not simple. It's a triple threat. Proto-Romance language, plus medical abbreviations, plus cipher encryption. Here's how it works. The base language might be an early, dying form of a Romance language. Something between Latin and modern Italian, Spanish or French. Mixed in are abbreviated Latin medical terms. Medieval monks abbreviated constantly in medical texts. Herba becomes HBA. Aqua becomes AQ. Then the whole thing is run through a substitution cipher, letters swapped for symbols. And finally, it's written phonetically, not proper spelling, how it sounds. Why does this theory actually work? One, It explains the weird word patterns. Abbreviations look strange statistically. They repeat more than full words. 2. Medical terms repeat a lot in pharmaceutical texts. Take this herb, boil this herb, mix this herb. Same words over and over. 3. The time period and subject matter match perfectly. This is exactly when and how medieval medical texts looked. 4. Medieval scholars were often multilingual. A text mixing Latin and early Romance language, and maybe Hebrew or Turkish elements? Totally plausible. Here's where it gets exciting. Researchers found that word patterns in certain sections match how monks abbreviated Latin medical texts.
Look at this sequence here. It matches the pattern we saw on page 32.
Interesting. The morphology is nearly identical.
If this holds up, it changes everything.
Some word structures match Turkish or Hebrew phonetic systems, languages that write exactly how things sound.
The structural similarity between this Voynich sequence and the Hebrew phonetics is undeniable.
And look, the same repeating pattern appears in the Turkish data.
This suggests a multilingual author creating a multi-layer encryption across several languages. Using this approach, researchers have gotten partial translations that vaguely resemble medical instructions. Things like prepare, mix, plant, treatment. But here's the catch. They still can't fully translate it. Either the cipher key is missing, or there are multiple ciphers layered together, or we're still completely wrong. But this is the closest anyone has gotten in 600 years, and the research is ongoing. So why do we care about a 600-year-old book we can't read? First, lost knowledge. If this is a medical text, it could contain botanical or pharmaceutical information that's completely disappeared from modern records. Plants that went extinct, remedies that were forgotten, techniques lost to time. Second, it tells us something about secrecy in the medieval period. Who needed to hide knowledge? Why? From whom?
What sorcery is this you practice in the shadows?
Confess your witchcraft, woman, or face the consequences of the church.
Understanding this could rewrite what we know about medieval power structures, gender dynamics, and knowledge control. Third, the challenge itself. This book represents the absolute limit of human knowledge in artificial intelligence. The best codebreakers in history failed. The NSA failed. AI fails. That tells us something humbling about the complexity of human creativity. And fourth, cultural fascination. This mystery has captivated people for centuries. It reminds us that in an age where we can literally ask AI anything and get an instant answer, Habrana, the Voynich Manuscript, is a humbling reminder that some mysteries might be designed to stay mysteries. We might never crack it. It could be meaningless, elaborate nonsense, or it could revolutionize our understanding of medieval science. That uncertainty, that's what makes it captivating. And honestly, in a world where everything is explained, decoded, and spoiled within hours, there's something kind of beautiful about a mystery that refuses to be solved. The Voynich Manuscript sits in Yale's rare book library right now, waiting for someone, maybe you, to finally crack the code. If this mystery blew your mind, smash that subscribe button, because next week we're diving into the Dyatlov Pass incident. 9 hikers, 1 impossible death scene, and a mystery that might be even weirder than this.